First at 6 here on Fox 61, an initial agreement has reportedly been reached by the U.S. and Iran to end the war. We're going to have much more on how the markets are going to respond this morning.
And with an end in sight, what does that mean for local gas prices? We break it down coming up in a live report.
Good Monday morning. We hope you had a great weekend. We did, and we are glad you're starting off your new week with us here at Fox 61 America Areas.
And I'm Patricia Piorla. Hopefully you got a chance to get outside. Both Saturday and Sunday were so nice. 10 out of 10 days. Got some rain overnight, but hopefully that is moving on out of here.
We'll see if it's going to stick around. We'll head outside and check in with Rachel Piscatelli.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
The rain has come to an end, and it feels more comfortable outside this morning. The wind, though, kicking in, so that is certainly adding to it. My hair is kind of whipping outside this morning, so be mindful of that for the kids that are heading to the bus stop. A live look outside over on our satellite and radar picture this morning. We had that rain come through. It is winding down now. Things are quieting down as well, and we have increasing sunshine for the second half of the day, and really for the second half of the morning. So by the time we get to about 7 o'clock, I think we're going to be talking about a good amount of sunshine. The rain chance becomes non-existent towards the second half of the day. And we have that wind, though, kicking up this morning, gusting closer to 15 to 20 miles per hour. We have winds out of the northwest, again, 5 to 15 for the most part, but gusting towards Hartford as well as in Windsor Locks right now, 15 mile per hour winds in Waterbury. Temperature is around 63 degrees in Torrington, 70 degrees in Hartford, upper 60s in Chester now, 69 degrees in Willimantic. So for the kids at the bus stop, planning for the mid to upper 60s. Then as we head through the afternoon, recess outside, 76 degrees for the ride home with lots of sun. Town by town today, 77 degrees in Hartford, 77 in New Haven. Humidity not an issue today. Southeastern Connecticut in the upper 70s as well. Next few days are going to feature numbers that are in the 70s to near 80. For our Tuesday, a mostly sunny sky after a very cool and comfortable night, almost window sleeping weather. You can kind of give those air conditioners a little bit of a break for the next few days. We'll talk about where we go from here. Your full 7-day coming up in just around 15 minutes. On our roads this morning now, we are looking largely quiet across the state. We do have a little bit of road work here at exits 51 and 52. That's going to be in the capital city this morning, but it looks like that is also wrapping up as we speak, so no significant delays in the area. Live look outside, various locations across the state from Cheshire into Hartford, as well as Milford and to East Haven this morning. We have light volume on our roadways for your Monday morning commute here in the 6 o'clock hour. We'll check back in coming up in the next 15. Over to you.
Great. Rachel, thanks so much. 6:03 right now. And this morning, President Trump says an initial agreement has been reached between the U.S. and Iran. We're told it would end the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, and so ships would be allowed to pass freely, according to Pakistani officials who served as mediators during the talks. Now, they say the agreement means that both sides have declared the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including in Lebanon. The deal is expected to be signed in Switzerland on Friday. The vice president says the U.S. got one key concession.
Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and not just pursue a nuclear weapon, but procure or try to buy a nuclear weapon as well. That's built into this agreement.
Now, the deal also gives just 2 months to find a solution to Iran's enrichment uranium stockpile. President Trump says the Strait of Hormuz will not reopen until the agreement is signed.
So what does all this mean for gas prices? Shortly after the war started, gas prices steadily rose. While they've been recently on the decline, even before a deal was reached, many are still wondering when they'll return to pre-war prices. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan is live in Newington getting some answers. Aaron, it seems like anytime prices fall below $4 a gallon for unleaded, it seems like a steal.
Yeah, well, prices have been so high for so long. We've lost sight of what a good price looks like. You mentioned anything under $4 is something we're celebrating these days. $3.69 here at this Citgo gas station in Newington. And economists say even though an end is in sight for fighting overseas, we're still a ways away from some stabilization here at home. Take a look. The good news is we are now entering week 3 of deflating prices at the pump. A regular gallon of gas in Connecticut today going for $4.21. That's compared to $4.64 a month ago. But when we compare that to just over $3 a year ago, it really puts into perspective how far away we actually are from normal summer fuel prices. And economists predict It will take not days or weeks, but months to restabilize supply. Of course, everything dependent on how quickly ship traffic can resume in the Strait of Hormuz. And it's not just the loading, travel time, and deloading that's going to prolong relief, but there's a certain degree of confidence that needs to be met for distributors to, again, spend the money to send their ships for pickup. And it's that same confidence that consumers tell me this morning they want to feel before they see those prices go down.
Till it's done, I won't believe it. There's just so much rhetoric. This is happening, that's happening. It changes every night. You know, you turn on the news in the morning, you hear one thing, and then you turn it on at night. Oh, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You know, Iran doesn't want to sign. They didn't say this. So, yeah.
Save the headache.
Save the headache.
And as the week progresses, we're going to get a better picture of what negotiations look like, giving us a better timeline as to when we can see relief back here at home. But in the meantime, you're not going to see anything in terms of the repercussions of high oil prices go down anytime in the near future. Guys?
Aaron, I got to find the gas station you're at. $3.69. That is a deal. Thank you very much.
5 people are safe after a scary situation in the water in Milford yesterday morning. As Fox 61's Valerie Moravi explains, fire crews rushed in and pulled all 5 people out of the water.
Yeah, take a look behind me. The water is already moving in. Now, officials say those shifting tides could turn dangerous fast. And that's what happened here Sunday morning when several people got stranded in the water and 3 bystanders jumped in to help immediately. 5 people were safely rescued from the water in Milford Sunday morning. Fire officials say 2 individuals were walking on the sandbar and got overcome by the incoming tide. They say witnesses reported screams were heard before calling 911. According to the Milford Fire Department, 3 bystanders rushed in to help right away. Multiple emergency units were on the scene and successfully pulled everyone to safety. Local officials are now urging people to be cautious of the strong currents, noting that it could create dangerous conditions in a matter of minutes, especially near the sandbar, where water levels can rise quickly.
But yeah, I would definitely help them out, jump right in. I usually go in the water with my friends, but if I could see the currents are dangerous, I'm not going near it.
Meanwhile, this group of friends who live near the area say they're familiar with the changing conditions and understand how quickly tides and currents can become dangerous.
And I think it's, people not being aware of how dangerous the water could be. And the currents could be strong, they could pull you out, and it's dangerous. It happened to me in New Jersey.
Being from such a small town, it's crazy because a lot of people know each other. So you have to worry when people are getting hurt, people are getting injured. You have to worry, is it somebody that you know? Is it somebody that you could call, make sure that they're okay?
I got stranded on Charles Island because of the currents. I was on a paddleboard. I almost died. It was a very scary event, but we worked through it. And at the end of the day, we all made it home safe. So I think that's the importance.
Now, local officials are reminding people to stay vigilant, and 2 out of the 5 people remain at the hospital for treatment. In Milford, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
Crews rushed to a sailboat on fire that happened off the coast of Norwalk yesterday. Firefighters responded to the boat near Bell Island just before 3 p.m. Police were able to get everyone on board to safety before fire crews moved in to knock down the flames from the water. Several Marine units from Norwalk, Darien, and Oroton worked together to bring the flames under control. No one was hurt, and no word yet what may have sparked that fire.
Several families have to find a new place to live. They were forced out of their home after a fire on Eli Avenue in Norwalk. This happened on Saturday afternoon. Firefighters say before crews got there, a 14-year-old jumped from a second-floor window to escape, and a neighbor used a ladder to help her mother get out safely. Firefighters were able to rescue 1 dog from the home. 13 people have now been displaced. The Red Cross is helping those families out. 2 firefighters were treated for heat exhaustion, and 1 was taken to the hospital. And a fire destroyed a home in Milford yesterday afternoon. Crews were called to Theodore Napper Lane just after 3:30. And you just saw the front of that building completely destroyed. There it is again. 1 firefighter is being treated for a minor injury. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. 2 families, 6 people total, including 3 children, are now displaced. They are also getting help from the Red Cross.
And one of the largest Polish communities in the country threw a party yesterday, and everyone was invited. Fox 61's Victoria Anderson joined the festivities as thousands filled the streets of New Britain for the annual Little Poland Festival.
There was nothing little about the Little Poland Festival Sunday. Thousands of visitors, hundreds of vendors, all celebrating one big Connecticut community.
For just one day, everybody got to experience a slice of life on the Pole side, even if you don't speak the language.
Love you guys!
But food, beer, and music was the translator for thousands of visitors that piled down Broad Street in New Britain's Little Poland. The neighborhood has been a shining light for Polish immigrants since the late 19th century, and still to this day holds one of the largest Polish populations in the United States.
Demographics change and places change over time, and this neighborhood has been here for so long and is still thriving, and as wonderful as it was so many years ago.
And Derek Barskowski with the festival committee said the neighborhood is only getting bigger. Broad Street just welcomed 2 new stores this week. And that, for the committee, is something to celebrate.
Every year we celebrate Little Poland. We celebrate Polish culture, Polish history, Polish traditions, but especially this neighborhood.
You can stay updated with any future events happening in the Little Poland neighborhood on their Facebook page, which we will have linked on ours at fox61.com. In New Britain, Victoria Anderson, Fox 61.
Senator Mitch McConnell has been hospitalized. McConnell was admitted yesterday morning, according to a spokesperson. That spokesperson did not say why he was there or what he's being treated for. McConnell, who is 84 years old, is Kentucky's longest-serving senator and the former longtime Senate Majority Leader of 18 years.